I look at things like, how do you get to that point where you've got, is it through business or whatever, but like,
obviously.
how do you got that
It's a
much?
chance as well sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah, it's hard work. And
Well, it
I think the
is,
fact
isn't
they probably don't give it away is why they've still got it.
Yeah.
Well, they got so much, isn't it? They just
no.
no.
But it's funny because
I'm
you
too
work,
generous.
like as us, our three businesses, we work so bloody hard, and you sort of think, but how do you if you
taking
keep
that next
progressing,
step.
but how do you get to this point? At that point, are you always thinking?
I
"Well,
think you
yeah,
have to kind of accept that you're. Well, me personally, I've accepted you're never going to get to that point.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not. Sounds
Be
ridiculous.
happy
You're not
with
in
your
it for the
lot.
money, are you?
No.
I mean, if you're, I'm not running Lifeline to become a millionaire. It's a lifestyle.
It is.
It pays the
Yeah.
mortgage. It pays other people's mortgages.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
gives the family a bit of a
Yeah.
lifestyle we can
It's
enjoy.
It's having that with the
And
stuff.
it's
people that are just all out for the
balance with
money.
your family
Yeah,
as well.
absolutely. And I
Yeah.
think this last 4 or 5 months has just given everybody an
changed
opportunity to
everyone.
refocus
Yeah.
their lives, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, it's been the best thing ever for us, to be
Yeah.
honest. Like, we had a real sort of a balance issue of work and life, really, me and Fee and stuff, and the kids, and it was like, it was so full on at Brightbulb. It was just like constant. But you know, now we've sort of readjusted what we were doing. So during COVID, obviously she became like the teacher, really, and didn't even, you know, wasn't even working for Brightbulb, but actually it worked really well. And we now sort of think, actually, maybe we can cut down that time that Fee does, and she can concentrate on other things. And she's really into the mental health stuff as well, so she's looking at things like that to help other people, because she just wants to help people.
And you do get caught up in that whole sort of hamster's wheel, don't you? Where you get up, you go, you have a coffee, you go out, you go to work, you're in the office by this time. And you keep doing that day after day after day, and you're running from appointment to appointment.
Yeah.
This has given me an opportunity to look at it. And do you know what? If I want to get up and I want to be at the office by 8, normally I would have to be up at 6:30, 7:15, have a shower, get ready. Now I can just wander down, work in the office at home, do a few hours. I need to go and do such and such. I can go and do that, come back, dip in and out as I need, and it's so much more.
You've got nicely set up at home now.
I've got a VPN into the office, so that's good.
Well, we've got white fibre in ours, so it's really ideal. So we've got like 900 in the megabytes in the office and 900 at home, so it's just like instant. So I've got a home server that I could just work off the local server.
How do you find that? Have you got the wireless pods?
Yeah, we've got the home plume
You've got
pods.
the home plume like we have.
We've got 3 pods.
We've got
Do you still get high speed then from your?
Yeah, well, obviously it's always cut up between the different devices you've got. So you get 900 go in, say, and then it gets cut up. But we will get 600 easily on our, you know, on our other devices and stuff, where it's all split between like 10, 12 devices. So it's pretty decent.
It's been really good for us, especially me trying to work and the boys trying to game and on their laptops and on whatever else. It's been quite good.
Yeah, you kind of forget that, because all the devices, when I looked at how many devices we got logged on, it's like 14 or 15. There's only 3 of us.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to get, if you get 900 going in, it has to be split between all the devices. So, but it's so quick. It's really, I mean, they're doing a really good job in terms of just getting that out there.
One evening I had a notification that someone from California was trying to hack into our Xbox.
Really?
And I just literally declined it, but I got a notification through the Wi-Fi and Plume.
That's
really good.
That's really good,
And so
it's got
Patrick
good
went in
stuff.
to see what Josh was playing online at the time.
And someone was trying to get in.
Someone was trying to get in.
Suppose it wasn't Pat playing.
Yeah, I know. Normally he is. You know, he's always on his phone playing, and Angry Birds or whatever it is, Crossy Road.
Yeah, that's just about my extent. Angry Birds, I'm just about to get to level 5 and that's it.
I always love Roblox. Roblox is the thing where they're constantly on it.
They mind dip in and out of that, but they're really into Minecraft at the moment as well. So,
it's a similar thing, isn't it? It's always the same, but it's just younger audience.
They've made cats and they've made this and I don't know, but it keeps them happy.
So how's it all been for you then, COVID?
Challenging, I think is probably the best word, isn't it, about you guys? It's really, it's. I think it's the good things is what it's done is like it has refocused everybody to what's important in life. I think the other careful considerations are all the things the knock-on effects. Thank you. Is that how that's going to roll on and have further knock-on effects for the rest of the commerce, basically? I mean, I was talking to Cindy earlier, actually, and we were talking about jobs and stability. But when you think of the fact that there are now airline pilots out there that are out of work,
And they're working in...
And they're working in supermarkets.
Yes, Asda and Sainsbury's.
And that's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's £100,000 education, training to become an airline pilot.
Yeah.
And it's good remuneration once you're there, but you've now got all these guys that are highly qualified, and now they have no jobs.
We had just literally Patrick working non-stop for a month, and we went. Obviously, some customers, their businesses have shut. Some have shut down for a while, so we saw that loss. But then rats weren't getting their normal food source, were they?
Oh, right.
So all the restaurants and the
better.
takeaways, they all moved into people's homes. So we were just
so that actually
really busy. Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
So your commercial business died off slightly, but your domestic increased.
Domestic increased. Yeah.
That's interesting. Of course, because they've got to go somewhere, haven't they? They're not going
they
away.
Need food.
Yeah.
But they can't go on holiday, can they?
No, I've tried twice.
Like the rest of us.
I know, I tried.
This looks really nice.
Amazing.
2 holidays have been cancelled. It's just been
where were you going to
go? We were supposed to be going to Barcelona. That got cancelled. We've rebooked now to go to Cyprus, but it's looking touch and go. Because
they're saying, aren't they, there's isolation, ones you have to be isolated from when you come back, isn't it, still?
Cyprus isn't.
Oh, okay.
Is it not?
No, but you do have to do a COVID test before you go, which I'm happy to do, and it has to be 72 hours or, that 72 hours needs to be the sort of longest COVID test.
Okay. So that's, See, for us it was actually kind of the opposite effect for a lot of businesses, because obviously people couldn't open their doors. So they think, well, what do we do? I still need to sell this. So e-commerce suddenly just went through the roof, and people were like, I now need a shop. I now need a booking system so that people can come in. And so we were actually like working off. Me and Shane were just like working our socks off trying to get all these different implementations done, new websites for people because they want it. So it kind of had the opposite effect. I mean, we're in a lucky industry being in digital and stuff. I think we're kind of one of the luckiest industries to be in this situation, because people really needed to draw upon that in the internet and what they can get out there.
How did you find marketing in general? Well, because we chatted about it, and it's a very, very delicate balance, isn't it, between you do not want to be seen to be showing off how great we are, we survived, and and we can throw all this cash around because you can't.
You still want to be shown that
but on the other hand, you don't want to disappear completely off the face of the earth. So there's that delicate balance where we did a very short promo on a product which was temperature monitoring.
Yeah, we did that little.
You did the gift for us, didn't you? And that worked really well. But even putting that out on social media as a very passive story, and say we've held back on this for quite a long time, we didn't want to be insensitive, etc. However, where businesses are now going back to work, then this is a tool that will help them to do it. But even then we got backlash from that, from people saying, oh yes, well done for exploiting this market and do this and do that. You're always going to get it, but it is very difficult, isn't it?
It is a balance, because you're right, you don't want to go out and go, hey, look at us, we're doing fine, because there's a lot of businesses that are really struggling, and actually it's those businesses that we actually want to help. So we set up this ADAPT program,
which you helped us with.
We did with you guys, and we did it with Hunt's, DJ Hunt's Fruit and Vegetable. It was basically setting up using a grant funding system where they get 50% of the costs funded, which was great for them because it means it saves them basically get what they want half price. And we set up like a website, e-commerce site, and they've taken so many orders through that. Like instantly, they were driving sales through that site, and it's been phenomenal for their business. Again, we help you with the stuff, and it's the grant funding. So although they haven't got, at the moment, they're struggling to spend money, but with the grant funding, it really just means that
what's the criteria for that then?
So it's really about helping rural businesses.
Right.
Yeah. So it's, or if the business can help the rural environment. And there was, so
we went down the route because obviously we work in rural environments, but we wanted to introduce a new rodenticide-free rat trap.
Right.
So that's what we went for, and we created a digipat.
Digipat, yeah. So I didn't Pat like his little character.
He did. Kept going. Oh, that looks a bit too old. Or too many
The first
wrinkles.
The first one was too.
It's spot on though.
Yeah, could you take a bit of weight off of that one?
Because Adam kept going back and forth, and then it's like, I've just got to change his hair, change this. So he did this little character called so we did a character for White Fibre called Digi-Dan.
Yeah.
And then Sandra said, we should do like a one for Pat. So we a pest control Pat then. So we did this little character, and it's really good.
Looks
and
really good, and it's spot on.
It does
I
look
sent
like
it to Catherine and Imogen, and they were like, "It's Pat. It's perfect."
No, it was funny. Yeah. We had good fun in the office for that one. Adam was really, he really enjoys that. Yeah.
Me keep
Just
back.
changed this. Change that eyebrow.
Smile's not quite right.
Yeah.
The other thing is we've noticed as well, you have to be responsible as an employer, because if you've got people that are furloughed, and then all of a sudden you're seen to be splashing lots of cash doing this program or that program or this advertising campaign, it comes again as a little insensitive.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. Especially if, down the line you might be thinking that you might lose enough business to lose a member of staff. Yeah. It's quite tough times for people.
Some of the really big businesses have had to let people go, haven't they?
Yeah. But the way someone said to me though was, it's no reflection on you. We haven't. It's not like you've run your own business down.
No.
We didn't know this was coming, did we?
No, I mean you couldn't have predicted. Well, JR's own, for instance. I mean, you couldn't have predicted this. I was chatting to Steve the other day, and I said, it's kind of like, it was really great that you took it on. The school mums type thing of taking it on, and then you could never have predicted the global pandemic, could you? I mean, it's just not something that comes up. Tell us about you were telling us before, Mark, about your having fun with wasps.
Oh, we were some friends of mine. We've got a few of us up together to go and help a gentleman out that we know. His wife passed away about a year or so ago. He lived in a lovely setting, but the property and the grounds haven't been touched for quite a long time. But unfortunately, in clearing the brambles and everything else, we disturbed a rather angry wasp nest, and they took their vengeance out on me, so to speak. I ended up with about 5 or 6 stings in the end.
Because I was saying, I've got a when I was a kid, we were in Scotland. I think it was in Inverness, and just a cottage, and we were down in this sort of valley, which was part of the cottage, and I was running up the top of this valley. I left my brother down there as a joke. I was like, I'm off, run off. Figured it's really hilarious, and I literally stomped on a wasp nest, and oh my goodness, it swarmed me. And I was still running up this valley, and obviously I was starting to run even quicker, which I know is the worst thing to do. I'm going to stand still and brush them off, I know now.
Yeah, that's easy to say though.
Yeah, but you can imagine a swarm of wasps around you, and it's kind of hard not to panic. So I was just literally doing the classic, brush them, make them more angry. And then I ended up, because they were stinging me, I was just squeezing them onto my body just to get rid of them. And I ended up going in the house and killed the ones that are around me, and they had to pull out loads of little stings for me and stuff. So now I'm scared witless of wasps. It's quite embarrassing.
Have you seen that Michael McIntyre sketch about him? Oh, it's hilarious. You'll have to. He's got a sketch about the wafters, the people who just stand still and just let it go.
Oh, I'm a wafter for sure, I reckon. Yeah.
Definitely are.
Well, I'm a panicker.
Screamer.
We had one come in the house the other day in our bedroom. Me and Fee were going to bed, and we did leave the light on and have all the windows open because it was so hot. And there was this very angry wasp kept hitting the ceiling, and I was like, "Oh, we've got to get it out." And it took us an hour and a half because I was such a whip. I was going, it's coming near me, it's coming near me.
I love it.
I get so get out, because Fee was stood in the doorway. I was like, get out of the way, it's coming at me. I was so embarrassing. Fee was just laughing at me.
It?
No, she says I should have.
Yeah, but we now have just have.
It's
great.
Yeah. It was so embarrassing. If people seen it, I'd have been like, oh, goodness me.
See, I'm quite cool. I'm quite, calm and collected, and I'll panic afterwards.
Yeah, I just
run in the corner and cry because it hurts.
I just start sweating. But I mean, I suppose you, Sandra, you guys know the best way to deal with them. So.
Well, even the best get stung though. Like I said yesterday, Patrick sent me a text saying he got stung. They do get into their suits somehow, sometimes, occasionally.
Those suits are massive.
I know, but he got stung yesterday, but part and parcel of the job, I guess, sometimes.
Did they leave the sting in?
Not always, no. Did they on you?
Don't think so.
No.
Well, with me it was just...
I had enough in one place, just down here on my stomach. It's like
It's probably
3.
one that stung you.
Yeah, it stung me several times.
Yeah.
So I can see 3 puncture marks.
Yeah.
Well, I had some, obviously, when I was a kid, that pulled out my back, but there were so many. They were bound to leave some of them in, weren't they?
And they go through like a cycle as well, doesn't it? First of all, the sting, you think, well, that hurt.
Yeah.
You think, oh, it's not too bad. Then after a little while, you think, well, it's a bit like a thorn prick, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then afterwards, it starts itching, and it gets really hot, and it goes through. That's the worst
Did
bit.
it swell up or not?
Yeah, it did a bit. Yeah.
I've only been stung once, that was years ago, on the hand.
Well, it didn't swell up with the wasp sting, but I did get stung on my thumb, and that swelled up into like an egg. But that was a bee sting. So I don't know if that's different. Wasps are a different type of sting to bees or what, but
It must be.
it must just maybe where it stung me, but I don't know. But
Bees don't tend to, so you must have. Did you?
upset it,
Yeah.
probably my fault.
You go
I was
around
very young.
upsetting things
Yeah.
that yellow and black.
Well, nowadays I just try to avoid them because I'm scared. Is it right that
Bees
wasps
will die.
leave? That someone told me this, and this is another reason I'm scared of like hurting them. But wasps leave like pheromones and tell all their mates to come over. He's attacking me, and then they all come over.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah, apparently someone
Maybe that's
told me.
why I got attacked so much then.
Yeah. So they tell all their friends like, "Oh, this guy's hurting me." And
Well,
they
it's
all come
like
over.
an echoey, ceremony, and they do. Yeah.
Yeah, not fond of that.
So what made you want to deal with these things on a daily basis then?
I don't know, maybe just silly. I don't know.
Because what were you doing before then? Were you...
Well, I was working at the sixth form for Medina and Carisbrooke. So since Josh was tiny, 4, when he first started school, I got a job at Carisbrooke, and then obviously we were all cheaped over and things, so I was down at the sixth form then as a sixth form tutor. But Trevor Thorne, who owned Hillbans, just asked around if any of the staff would be interested. He wanted to retire.
Okay.
And Pat was like, "Shall we?" And you know, he's
'Cause
a
what was-
gambling
what was
man.
he- what was
I'm
he
not
doing?
He was working for them at the time.
Oh, he was. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he was like, should we give it a go? And yeah. And then at first we'd taken the business over, and I was doing both jobs as well as I'd had Cam, so I had 3 boys then, but obviously Cam was quite young. And I thought, oh, something needs to give. I can't work part-time here, part-time there, do everything else that I do.
As a mum,
So,
yeah. Fee knows that,
so-
like, as a mum.
But it's that whole putting all your eggs in one basket, isn't it? And will we
Scary.
survive on just this? And making sure that we do. But you're one of the first people that I ever met. Do you remember me like leaping off my chair at Dale's event?
Yes, I do. I remember thinking, who is this crazy woman?
I know.
And we still think it today.
I was sat with Kim because obviously when we first started the business it was just family,
Yeah.
and Kim was helping run the office and everything. And we
Yeah.
sat there and Mark gave this amazing speech about begrudging sales and you know, people don't come to us because it's a nice purchase. It's and I sat there and I'm nudging Kim going, I need to see this man. He's us. This is what we're going through.
It's
and
funny.
he understands.
Fee says to me, she always says that, well, she's met loads of people in business, but she says, I said Mark this to Mark before, but Mark is the nicest man I've ever met in business.
Yeah.
Guys, you're making me blush.
Oh, and he gives the best hug.
But not at the moment because it's social distance.
Yeah, no, my hugs have all been sidelined at the moment. They've all been
Taken away.
furloughed.
But yeah, literally, Mark finished speaking, Dale finished his bit, and I literally leapt up and sort of ran over to him and said, I need to see you, can we meet? And you were like, contact this email, and I think within the week I was there, wasn't I?
Yeah,
Seeing
we
you
chatted
and
for ages,
Cindy.
didn't we?
Hours.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
I think
gave
it's
me
so-
pages of things to work on.
Yeah.
I think it's so important. It's one of the things I enjoy about the local business community is the fact that you can tap into other people
Yeah.
and they're not so, well, not everybody, but most are happy to give you some of their time,
Some advice.
talk about their experiences, the
Yeah.
mistakes they made, because making mistakes in business is a part of the learning process.
Yeah.
You know, and you're And I always say to somebody else, oh, where did you get that idea from? And I said, well, the best ideas are normally somebody else's.
Yeah.
All I've done is taken them and just moulded them, manipulated them to form our business, to suit our business. And once you've done that, you can then build on that success and then take another idea. It's what I can't stand is plagiarism.
No.
And that's because that is so...
Well, it's lazy. And
that's lazy.
It is lazy.
And the other thing that I cannot stand is, what's the price? Oh, we can beat that. That is the lowest form of salesmanship.
But people, I always find the people that go directly on price are always the ones that you probably don't want to necessarily work with, because they're going to be the hardest customers.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, price is obviously a very important part of the buying process, because people are price conscious.
Of course, yeah.
But I think, unfortunately, what some businesses tend to do is they make it difficult, not only for others, but for themselves as well.
Yeah.
They cut their margins down so low, which means they are then looking to recoup that somewhere, which means something's got to give.
Yeah.
It's going to be the quality, delivery, the time scale, whatever that goes. Anything like that. Yeah. And one of the greatest buzzes I get from any business transaction is the fact that we won it on merit.
Yeah.
Not because we were cheapest. We won it because we were the most technically competent. We won it because of the best presentation, or because they liked the style of us, or the business, or the person that came to see them. All of those things are they're hard work, aren't they? Whereas if I go in and say, oh yeah, we can beat that and do it £100 cheaper, there's no skill in that whatsoever.
No.
Because one of the things I learned from my dad is that people buy from people. Because he was working for a company at the time where before he had Lifeline. And the guy he worked for said, right, okay, you've captured that market, I want you to move on to something else now. And Dad said, well, no, I know these people personally, and they want to deal with me personally. He said, no, once we've got them, they'll deal with anyone. They said, no, they won't. So long and short of it is he left, and he got some funding and set up Lifeline. And sure enough, those people came with him.
But that's the
you
thing.
become a brand, don't you?
You do.
That's
what
people are buying.
But also, for us now, we're at a point where we have grown, and we've grown beyond just Matt and just Matt and Finn, or just Matt and Vicky or whatever. And so now it's like people will be dealing with Shane or Adam or and it's just building your mentality into those people. I mean, they're really great guys. We've got such a good team. We're really lucky. But we only sort of employ people that we know are going to be nice, all-round nice guys. What we're built throughout our mentality. So, but it's hard to try and I'm really conscious about making sure everybody we employ has the same, the same sort of ethos as what we've got. Because that's when you grow, eventually you're not going to be doing all the installations all this. You end up managing it more so.
The thing is, I've never done an installation in my life.
Oh yeah,
and I should not be allowed to either.
But
well, it's like I have so many people say to me, I've never met Patrick. I remember Cindy even saying, who is he? Who is this man? Because he always wanted me to be the one who is like the face, and he's
a bit more shy.
The worker. Yeah, he is, and he is quite happy for no one to know. He's just happy to go in. And we get people phone up going, oh, that chap that came, he was a delight. He was such a good.
My husband.
Yeah, it's like actually he's the director of the business, but we never tell them that. But and you know that he's doing the right service, because again, people are feeding back saying they're really pleased, and they don't know who they're talking about. So
how many you got there now?
There's still only 6 of us. So yeah.
That's still a good work, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I've never wanted to be one of those people that expands if we don't need to either, because I'd rather we all are constantly busy than twiddling our thumbs. So yeah.
I said to Fee the other day, I wouldn't mind taking up flying, getting a plane. She was like, what are you talking about?
You've done what have you done?
I did paragliding. I did paragliding, and I really enjoyed that. But the expense of setup is, even for paragliding, is a lot of money. I was chatting to Chris Court actually, because it's his brother, I think, that was taught us to do was showing us how to do the paragliding. And but then I just thought, it would be great if I could just get have a plane. Sometimes I have these stupid ideas, I could do that.
This little bright pink
plane,
plane
I would so
around.
do that as well. If I got a plane, it's going to get wrapped pink, and that's it.
Yeah.
feet kind of put my feet back on the ground, and she does, which is quite useful to have her as a sounding board.
Absolutely.
I chuck loads of stupid ideas, and then she goes,
have one
no, and they go, oh, okay, maybe look at that one.
Well, this is it. It's a whole brainstorming thing. It's going on in your head, isn't it?
That. Do you remember the Spurs Liverpool? Don't want to mention it. Final.
Yes. That you lost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Hang on, you're a Liverpool fan.
Yeah, absolutely.
We came, me and Josh, because he's very like me, and I'm always like, let's do it, a bit childlike, and we were going to buy plane tickets out there, and then Patrick was like, hang on a minute, Sandra, let's just you're going to spend thousands of pounds on a plane ticket, and you're not going to watch because, well, you're watching a pub. Just like everyone else, you could watch in a pub here. There was no stadium tickets, but I was just like, oh my god, this is so big, this is amazing. And I sometimes get really carried away.
Caught up in the moment.
I do that all the time.
I was like almost on the push to pay until Pat was like, no, let's step back.
Let's just cool the jets here a second.
I was talking in the office earlier about a video that we're looking to put together, and I came up with this whole speech of, do this. And I think everybody's face is like, what? What is he talking? And Shane was something like, yeah, this is what happens when Matt goes off on one again.
Exactly. It must be when you have downtime, though.
Yeah, but do you wake up at night with like crazy ideas?
I had a little book next to my bedside table where I can write stuff
Cindy
down.
hates it when I come back from holiday because she knows I've had 2 weeks of rest, and I'm like completely downloading the whole. Oh, that'd be a good idea. And I come back with all these things to implement and strategies, and she's like, please don't go on holiday.
Yeah, I know.
So she's been a bit concerned the last 5 months.
Yeah, right.
8:05, I phone the office and they're like, morning. And I'm like, hi. Right, today we're going to do this that I'd been thinking of the day before.
It's good though, isn't it? It's, that's why it's driving the business forward, I suppose.
It does,
from our point of view,
Yeah, just a bit of radical thinking every now and then.
And it shows that you've got passion.
Yeah.
Because I think once you stop that, the passion goes. And then what are you working for?
Yeah, that's right.
You're back on that hamster's wheel, aren't you? You're just doing the 9 to 5.
Yeah. We worry because Jasper's like obviously much younger. Like he's only 6, but like the amount he sort of misses out on in that time, because obviously Fee's been doing a great job at teaching and stuff, and she's become all sorts of wacky ideas of like get a Nerf gun and shoot letters on the thing so you can learn the letters and stuff, and which is great. But it's like having that constant teacher. You worry, is that going to be a problem? Is there going to be a gap there now?
Well, mine have said that they can't really remember what school was like. They're like, only another 2 weeks, boys, and then we're back at school.
It feels like it's going really quick.
Sort school uniform out, but they were like, I don't want to go back, and I don't know what school was like, and they've spent like 4 months in their pyjamas.
Yeah, I know. They don't
Literally,
they
do
don't
we
change.
have to get dressed today? Are we going out? It's like,
I keep saying that to Izzy, like, are you going to get out of your pyjamas today? No? Okay. Right.
I know they've grown because I've had to buy them new pyjamas, but literally...
That's a great gauge. That's a great gauge.
It's now
how much time has passed? The kids don't fit their pyjamas anymore.
Well, we've gone to the uniforms now, and Jasper's, you can definitely see he's grown. So we've got new uniform across the board. Fee just texted me before, they said, just been through all the kids' clothes and we're going to have to spend a few £100. It's going to be quite a lot of clothes.
Are you finding yours are eating loads as well? Mine have breakfast, and at 10 o'clock it's second snack, and then it's another snack, and lunch.
Jasper always does the classic, can I have a snack? Yeah. Can I have 2?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I can't take one from my brother as well. Which he never gets.
Yeah.
No, it's fun.
But I think this again, it's an opportunity to teach the kids some life skills as well. We taught Savannah and Chanel both at home. Felt we could do a better job.
Didn't you?
Yeah,
and I'm going to miss mine when they go back. When I go back to work as well, and as much as they do entertain people, because obviously we're working from home. So if I answer the phone to a customer and mine are killing each other on Fortnite or something, and I always say to the customer, I'm really sorry, but we're working from home, and everyone understands.
Yeah, they do.
But I am going to miss them.
Yeah. We get so many CVs in all the time, like from designers and developers or whatever. But a lot of these CVs come through and they're just like literally plain Word document, nothing else. And there's no thought gone into, like, this is for a design role. Why have you not thought about designing a CV? Why have you not thought about having that, outside the box thinking to go, actually let's make something look unusual. I had someone deliver a CV in like a dustbin box thing, and that was like that's their CV, and it's delivered like that, to actually delivered rather than just sent on email. And it's just It's like, oh, that's quirky. Let's have a look. I'm
love
interested.
that.
I'm
I love
interested
that.
straight
Yeah.
away. Like,
I've always
know,
encouraged people to do that.
Yeah,
Come to someone, can you write let's have a look at your CV. What is it? Okay, so have we thought about putting this on a different size bit of paper?
yeah, or just doing something.
Everybody else
different.
folds it in A4 a third or A4 half. Get a different shape of paper. So it stands out. So when they collate them all together, yours is the one that picks out the top.
Yeah, just doing something.
Have you added a photo so they can actually engage with you as an individual?
Yeah.
Put it on a coloured paper rather than
yeah.
white paper.
Just,
anything that makes it
different.
Makes it different.
There's so many clever ways you can deliver stuff
Otherwise,
to people.
you're just a white piece of paper, aren't
Yeah.
you?
Amongst all the others.
Yeah.
So for design, we're always looking for like something that's really nicely designed. Because as soon as I pick it up and go, well, I already know this person's going to design because the CV looks nice.
Yeah.
Rather than just this blank piece of paper. And that's really quite important. And then obviously there's portfolio that comes with it, and it's all digital now a lot of the time. But you can do some clever stuff with web and stuff to make your CV stand out.
I saw one a few years ago. The guy developed an animation of his life.
Oh, really?
It's awesome.
Yeah.
He did an animation of his CV, and it was him starting out doing something like that, then falling down and crashing, and then it morphed into something else, and it made him become a success at that. Then he tried this, and that crashed, and it's just it's like a 2.5 minute animation.
That's such a great thing because you see that as an employer, you go, he's straight into the interview straight away because he's really creative, So it's just funny, isn't it, how people do things, but that doesn't get taught. It's weird that doesn't get taught at college level even at times, and you sort of think, well, that's such a basic thing,
Especially for designs.
Yeah, I mean, I think they probably do a bit more on the design side, but I was speaking to a few students. They said, look, just make your CV really creative. Don't just give us a Word document. Do something that's creative. Design this up in InDesign and properly get it looking good.
But even if you submit a PDF and you embed a video in it, why
exactly.
not? It's something that they're going to engage in that's so different to everybody else's.
But that's why it's good to go in as a employer to these places and say, look, do this, do that. This is what I would be looking for. So just have that in your mind. And when you have like apprentices coming or work experiences, say, think about this. Because I know what I'm looking for, and that's what other people will be looking for as well. Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Brilliant.
Really
good fun.
It's been
Fantastic.
it's just nice to have a relaxing sort of time, chat with friends.
It's nice as well to have people that really mean something to you on the table as well.
Yeah.
Like obviously,
we all work
nice.
together, which is quite nice. And I knew you guys were a friendly bunch to start with.
Yeah.
So
We're not bad.
could do worse. So.
Yeah.
But no, thanks for joining us.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.